Today we shall discuss about the complex tissue, the important structures of xylem and phloem. Before that, I will just introduce that the complex tissue is a part of the meristem, and the meristems are nothing but the active cell division which is response to some stimulus. Okay, so this meristems was first time introduced by Nageli. According to him, the meristems are the cells which are lack intercellular spaces and vacuolation. They contains the reserve food materials. Okay, so classification based on the methods of development. According to him, they are classified into promeristems, mass meristems, etc. So here first we shall discuss about the complex tissue, the important cell organelles like xylem and phloem. Okay, so next, introduction to the complex tissue. The permanent tissues may be simple or complex. A simple tissue is made up of one type of cells forming a uniform or homogeneous system of cells. A complex tissue is made up of more than one type of cells working together as a unit. So it is clear to you now, the complex tissue is made up of a unit of cells which are functioning together. Okay, so the plant tissue are contains the permanent cells. They do not divide, but they have the two types. That is the simple tissue is also known as the ground tissue, and the second one is the complex or vascular tissue. Okay, mostly this complex tissue contains the two types of components, that is the xylem and phloem. Mostly they are present in the vascular bundles, and that's why it is also called as the complex tissue. Okay, in the previous classes we already know the importance of the simple tissue, that is the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. I explained well now. So next we continue the complex tissue. Okay, so the complex tissue is the made up of more than one type of cells, and these work together as a unit. And in these, the xylem and the phloem are important structures. They constitute the complex tissue in plants. Okay, first, the vascular system of plant consists of xylem. The xylem is helpful in the principal water conducting tissue, and phloem the principal food conducting tissue. Okay, so first we discuss about the xylem. First time the xylem was introduced by the Nageli. The ordinary tissue is classified into primary and secondary. The primary xylem develops from the vascular cambium. The primary xylem classified into protoxylem and metaxylem. The xylem tissue is made up of four constituents, namely tracheids, vessels, fibers and parenchyma. Okay, so these are the four components: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. It is clear now? So the xylem has the four components. What are those? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So the next one is the when you see, the xylem is composed of several types of living and non-living cells. The principal cell type of xylem are trachary elements. These are also called as the tracheids and vessels. Okay, so first we shall discuss about the vessels. Okay, the vessels are also called as a trachea. A tracheid during the course of evolution has that means it has the tracheid. It is an elongated cell with tapering ends, walls. These are hard but not very thick. They are lignified. They are dead when mature. When the wall material is deposited in rings, the thickening is described in rings. Clear now? So first the tracheids are elongated structures with tapering ends. They are very hard and thick, but not thick. They are lignified. They are dead cells. When matured, the wall material is deposited as in the form of rings. The thickening is described in rings, that is annual rings. Sometimes the thickening material is deposited in a ladder-like manner. Such a thickening is called as the scalariform. Next, the pits are two types. One is the simple pit and the second one is the bordered pits. The bordered pits are better developed in gymnosperms. Okay. So next, distribution. The tracheids are found in all categories of vascular plants. The tracheids are primitive water conducting channels. The tracheids also mechanical in function. Okay. So here the tracheids are mechanical in function. That means they give the support to the internal parts of the xylem materials. Okay. So next, second part is the vessel. It is also called as a trachea. A tracheid during the course of evolution has decreased in the length and increased in its diameter to form the vessel element. Okay. A mature vessel element is of cambial cell length but much bordered in its diameter. Its walls are hard but not very thick. Their end walls are generally oblique. They are called as the perforation plates. Okay. So what is perforation means? It has a two types. One is the simple perforation. It possesses a single large perforation. Okay. Simple contains a single one. That's why it is called as simple. Second one is the multiple perforation. It possesses more than one perforations. Such perforations plates are three types: scalariform perforation plate, reticulate perforation plate, and ephedroid or forminate perforation plate. Okay. The vessels are found in all the categories. Okay. The vessels are found in all the categories of vascular plants, including pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. In the basis of vessels, the woods have been classified into non-porous woods. It lacks vessels, and example, gymnosperms. So mostly based on the vessels only, the plants are classified into non-porous. Suppose the wood has the non-porous, mostly it lacks the vessels. Mostly it is seen in the gymnosperms. Okay. So next is the porous wood. In this porous wood, the vessels are two types: ring porous wood, diffuse porous wood. Okay. The vessels are water conducting channels of vascular plants. Besides, they are mechanical in function. Okay. So this is about the vessel. Next one is the xylem parenchyma. Okay. So the xylem parenchyma have a prominent nucleus and a dense cytoplasm. Their walls are cellulosic. Okay. The parenchyma of xylem contains the cellulosic walls. Sometimes they get lignified. Okay. The parenchyma of secondary xylem is of two types: Woodray parenchyma. It arises from fusiform initial of cambium. It is two types. That is the paratroch less parenchyma and apotracheal parenchyma. Okay, it contains the paratracheal and apotracheal parenchyma. Okay, now so next is the trachary elements. Okay, these are also called as the trachary elements. I already explained, that is about the vessels. Okay, next last one is the xylem fibers. The last part of the xylem is the xylem fibers. I already told you the xylem has the four components, that is the tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and the last one is the xylem fibers. So the xylem fibers are mostly made up of sclerenchymatous fibers. They constitute a part of xylem. They are generally libriform. They may be aseptate or septate. They are all mechanical functions. So the see here in this picture, the xylem fibers are mostly contains the tapering ends made up of sclerenchyma. They are dead cells with lignified walls and a central lumen. They may be septate or aseptate. They are removed in, that means mostly they are present or involving in the mechanical strength. It is clear now in this pic. Next one is the second part of the complex tissue is the phloem. So you all of you know the xylem is the function of the xylem is the conduction of water and minerals, but here in the phloem functioning is conduction of food materials. Okay, it is very important component which helpful to the plants in the translocation of food. Okay, see here, it is a living complex tissue where xylem is a dead tissue, but phloem is a living tissue that mainly conducts food material. Mostly it is in the form of sugars. Okay, the term phloem is coined by Nageli, same just like xylem also coined by Nageli. Here phloem also first time introduced by Nageli. Primary phloem is formed from procambium and secondary phloem from vascular cambium. Phloem in angiosperm is composed of sieve tube elements, campanian cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. In gymnosperms they have albuminous cells and sieve cells. They lack sieve tubes and campanian cells. So remember here, in angiosperms the phloem contains the 4 components, that is the campanian cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers and sieve tubes, whereas in gymnosperms it has only 2 types of cells, that is the albuminous cells and sieve cells. They lack the sieve tubes and campanian cells, remember. Okay. So first we shall discuss about the, see here, sieve tubes, campanian cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Mostly they are seen in angiosperms. Okay, see here the clear picture of the phloem. It has a sieve plate, sieve tube, phloem parenchyma and the campanian cell. Okay, the phloem is placed outside the cambium of the vascular bundles. The basic component of the phloem are sieve elements, campanian cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Okay. So first we discuss about the sieve tube. Okay. So the sieve tube element is an elongated thin-walled cell having living cytoplasm but no nucleus. Here the sieve tube lacks the nucleus at maturity. The sieve tube is made up of sieve plate, okay, and sieve pores, sieve areas. Second one is the campanian cells. Okay, so the campanian cells of the phloem are thin-walled. The cells having a prominent nucleus, whereas the sieve tubes lack the nucleus, but the campanian cells contains a nucleus and dense cytoplasm. Why? Because it is a living tissue, so that's why it contains the cytoplasm. The cell always associated with the sieve tubes. These cells found in angiosperms only. Okay, the cells which are associated with the sieve tubes and they are mostly found in the angiosperms. Next is the phloem fiber. Okay, the phloem fibers are made up of sclerenchyma and they constitute a part of phloem. In primary phloem they are derived from protophlloem. The fibers may be septate or aseptate. Okay, once again I will tell you. The phloem fibers are made up of sclerenchyma cells. They are generally absent in primary phloem. Okay, so mostly they are present in the secondary phloem. The phloem fibers are present in the secondary phloem. These are much elongated and unbranched. They have pointed needle-like apices. The cell walls of phloem fiber is thick. At maturity, these fibers lose their protoplasm and become dead. Okay, the phloem fibers of jute, flax, hemp are used commercially. You know it. The jute and flax, hemp. Mostly these plants are commercially useful. Okay. So next is the phloem parenchyma. The phloem parenchyma have a prominent nucleus and dense cytoplasm. They are living and possesses the ability to divide the parenchyma cells of secondary phloem are of two types: axial phloem parenchyma and phloem ray parenchyma. Okay, it has the axial phloem parenchyma and phloem ray parenchyma. Axial parenchyma, it is parallel to longitudinal axis of plant body, and it is present in both primary and secondary phloem and formed from procambium in primary phloem and fusiform initials in secondary phloem. Clear? It is it is parallel to longitudinal axis of the plant body and present in both primary and secondary phloem and formed from procambium in primary phloem and fusiform initials in secondary phloem. Okay, the second one is the ray parenchyma. It is placed perpendicular. So the ray parenchyma is placed perpendicular to the axis of the plant body and it is present only in secondary phloem. It is involved in storage and radial conduction of food material. Okay, now clear? One more thing, the transverse cells, these are also present in the phloem. They are short distance phloem. Transport of metabolites is carried through special cells called as the transverse cells. Okay, these are the special type of cells which are present in the phloem. Okay, now we see the comparison between the xylem and phloem, how they are important to the plants for their functioning or their action. Okay, see the differences. The xylem is made up of dead cells. It is opposite in phloem, that is the phloem is made up of living cells. Okay, clear? The xylem is a dead cell and the phloem is a living cell. It contains the cytoplasm, etc., nucleus. Okay, in xylem also the nucleus is present, but in angiosperms it present. Okay, next, the cell wall is, when you see the cell wall of the xylem, they are thickened. It contains the thickened cell wall, whereas in phloem the cell wall is made up of thin wall. Okay, next, cell wall materials. When you see the cell wall material in xylem, mostly they are rigid and made up of lignin. Okay, so in xylem the cell wall is made up of lignin, whereas in phloem it is cellulosic. When you see the permeability, the xylem is impermeable, whereas the phloem is permeable. Why? Because the xylem is a dead tissue. That's why it is impermeable, whereas the phloem is a living tissue. It is permeable. Next, the cytoplasm is absent in xylem, whereas in phloem the cytoplasm is present. Okay, next, when you see the function of the xylem is made up of transport. It carries water and minerals. Same way here, the phloem also a transport tissue, but it conduct food. Okay, and it growing, mostly the phloem is present at the growing parts and storage organs. That means it transport the water, the xylem transport the water and minerals, whereas the phloem transport the food from growing parts and storage organs. Okay, and it is carried the water up to leaves. The xylem carries the water up to roots to leaves, whereas the phloem transport the food from growing parts and storage organs. Just now I tell you. So it transport the food from growing parts. You know what are the growing parts, where they are located. So the phloem transport the food from growing parts and the storage organs. Okay, when you see the direction, the xylem transportation is mostly during the flow of water is only upward direction. Okay, just we observed in our homes also, when you on the motor, water will pumps to upward direction from ground floor to the first floor. Just like here, the water in plants transported from roots to upper part, stem to tip of the stem plant, that is to the leaves. Okay, whereas when you see the direction of the food, the phloem transport upward as well as the downward movement. Okay, the xylem has the tissues like fibers, and here the phloem also contains the fibers, but the Campanian cells are mostly important in phloem. Okay, clear now? Okay, now all of you, it is clear now. So now I will close the topic. Thank you.